Welcome back to another episode of Two Joes and the Pro. As always, you got your guys Kenny, Ryan, and Brian. My boys, what's going on? What's the latest?
What's up? What's up?
Feeling good.
I'm ready. I'm ready for this episode.
Is everyone present and accounted for?
I think so. Hey man, if you guys are tapping in the live, if you got any questions, shoot them in the comments. Let us know. We appreciate you guys tapping in. We're gonna get straight into it. We got a lot to cover. Damn, what's that noise?
Sorry, I'm messing with shit.
That's funny. Anyway, we got a lot to cover. We got NCAA going. Oh, not NCAA going on. NCAA to recap. They dropped the kind of like a pre or post spring game like polls of what's going on right now. So everybody, no surprise, Georgia's number one. They actually have. I wanted to touch on this a little bit. What you're gonna hear over these rankings, right? Is a lot of transfers in the portal. And at first, I know we talked about it probably last year a little bit. We were like, oh yeah, the portals, we'll see what happened. But at this point, it's kind of getting ridiculous. It's like free agency.
It's so easy to switch teams.
Yeah.
It used to be you had to sit out a year.
Yeah,
right?
and that was it. When I was in college, that's the thing. They were like, oh, people want to transfer, but you're like, damn, I got to give up a year. I'm gonna have to give up a year to sit out, right? Especially if you had the red shirt, then you might did it. But if you didn't have a red shirt, then you're like, damn, you know what I mean? You're kind of screwed over. But prime example, so Georgia, they got Dominic Lovett, right? He was at the top receiver coming out 2 years ago. He was at Missouri last year, big name, and of course Missouri didn't do anything. But guess what? They gave him a little bag, and he left, and he's at Georgia now, right? So he's at Georgia. Dylan Bell, Arian Smith, all the other schools, big players, they came over. You have Michigan Wolverines, they're number 2. They got some big time recruits coming in, which should be good. They got a big time running back. I forgot his Ladarius. No. I can't remember the running back's name. They got a freshman running back who's supposed to be the real deal. I think my team to win it all, or if I had to bet to win it all with good odds, I would definitely take Florida State. I think what they have down there with Jordan Travis and a couple of the other players coming back, I think they got something brewing. The Trojans, same thing, a lot of transfers. Ohio State is going to be a team that's I think has a bad year this year. They don't really have any quarterback. They don't have a quarterback. I guess you say they don't have a really strong quarterback. I would say that their recruits are kind of like, meh, right? They don't really have any strong quarterbacks. So I don't know who's going to do that. Alabama, we got our quarterbacks, we're not doing good in the spring. So we got the transfer from Notre Dame, and I don't know how I feel about that because yes, we got Tommy Reese. He came over, but then it's like I don't like the Notre Dame quarterback from last year. He didn't look confident to me. So I don't think. I want us to be good, but I don't think we're going to be that good. LSU, I think they make a run again. They got Jaden Daniels back, and they have the same team. We got not same team, but like same type of squad, same type of players. Malik Neighbors is going to be a good pickup. Aaron Anderson actually transferred from Alabama over there, so that'll be good. And then this is a name I want you to track, Ryan. You have Drew Allard. He's at Penn State. He probably, in my opinion, if he just continues on the trajectory that he is on, he will probably be number 2, potentially number 1 quarterback taken and like two drafts from now. So what is that? 2025. He looks the part. I think he's like 6'5", 230, 240, can throw it. He's not really a runner. He's a pocket passer. I don't know if they let him redshirt or not last year, because I forgot how the rules go. I don't know if he played more than 4 games. If he didn't play more than 4 games, then he probably a redshirt freshman. But
Drew Aller.
Drew Aller, yep. He's real deal though. Like you will like him. He's what you guys want your quarterback to be at the Giants.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll be looking in a couple of years, so.
and then
Us and the Eagles will be going after one.
Oh man, here we go. Then Kay Klubnik and the Clemson Tigers. I don't know if they're gonna do. They got TCU's coordinator Garrett Riley, who is the brother of Lincoln Riley. So that's interesting to see how they go. And then Texas kind of rounds it out.
That's the one I want to see. How long you think that goes into the season? How long does? Because Ewers is the main guy, right? He's the
Yeah,
starter.
yeah. I don't even know if Manning is going to play. The way they're talking about Ewers, they're making it seem like he just looks like a different type of dude. So I don't know how that works out, but sometimes they want to beef it up to make it look better than what it is. Because when Archie gets there, when Archie gets there, it's going to be publicity is going to be crazy. People are going to want him to play. You know what I mean? Like the tickets, everything, they're going to want him to play. So I can see them doing something like Michigan did with JJ and kind of like dual hatting and try to see how that works out a couple games and then go from there. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. But they definitely got a lot of players too. So yeah, that's kind of like what I got for college.
I mean, in terms of like scouting, wasn't Ewers coming out like one of the highest scouted like players ever, even rated higher than Manning?
I don't know if he was rated higher than him, but because I guess you can say, are you talking about as far as like the rankings?
Just in terms of
ESPN?
just in terms of like 5-star, like
they're both with 5 stars, right? They're both with 5 stars. I think Ewers was number 2, and then Arch was number 1 for a while, but I think he ended up at like number 3 or whatever, behind like a couple other quarterbacks. The quarterback that's actually going to USC. But anyway, yeah. So I think it falls behind that. But they had a lot of quarterbacks. They had Card that transferred last year that was at Texas as well, who came in and replaced Ewers when he got hurt. Card, he was actually a 4-star too. He's highly talented, but he got out of there as soon as Arch committee's like, all right, it's too many people in here. I know I'm not gonna play. So it's interesting. I think Ewers is a good quarterback. If he doesn't get hurt in the Alabama game last year, we definitely lose the game. So it's interesting to see what happens, but it's going to be a pretty exciting season. I know you're going to cover a lot in football, but we have a lot to look forward to, and everything's kind of is matching up pretty well. So yeah,
can't wait.
I just want to push back a little bit. You said Ohio State's got quarterback issues. I mean, the guy that
he's been holding that in.
Yeah, I mean the guy that is going to be starting for them. He was the 3rd best quarterback in his recruiting class in 2021. I mean.
What does that mean?
He's a 5-star prospect. So, I mean, I'm just saying that they project him to be pretty good.
Listen, name one other team that has a freshman starting for them from the contenders from the top 10. No
he's
other
not a
team.
Freshman. He's a junior.
He's a freshman because he hasn't really played.
Right.
He's been sitting behind CJ the whole time.
Yeah. Okay, but he's still been there. I mean, it's not he's not young.
But when you look at the stuff from the spring game, it wasn't a definite. It wasn't a definite. Oh yeah, he's going to be the starter. It was those two are still competing, and then they were talking about the freshman potentially coming because they got a freshman that's coming in that's supposed to be better than all of them, right? That's potentially could come in and start from day one, which I find being hard. You come from a freshman, you only got 2 months, and you're going to start. Like you got to be the truth. You coming in.
It's not unprecedented though.
No, I'm not saying it's not unprecedented, but I'm saying out of all 10 teams that's ranked top 10, what's the likelihood of them actually finishing out top 5? They have lost a lot.
Yeah.
Granted, you still got Marvin Harrison Jr.
They're still projected to have
2 first-round receivers.
Yeah, they're supposed to have
who's the second
first round.
Who's the second round receiver?
I'm not gonna be able to pronounce his last name.
It starts with an E, and
it starts with E. Yeah, he's another guy that's
Ibuku or whatever.
Yeah,
EGBO something. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I forgot about him honestly.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Because Smith and Jabba and however he says his name, that's the name I can't pronounce that I always think is the same place. But yeah, I don't know if he's gonna go first round though. But he's a good player.
Well, I mean, this is an early year. He's got to have a season in order to get it. But
Marvin Harrison
he's already projected.
Marvin Harrison might be first overall.
That would be unprecedented.
First receiver overall in a while. Since I think Calvin Johnson.
He wasn't even first overall.
No, he wasn't first overall.
What was he?
He was number 2 overall.
2, okay.
If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know who's the last first overall pick. Wide receiver.
I don't know if that's ever happened.
Ever happened? I don't know.
Can you imagine?
I can see it though. Maybe not, because they're gonna be on the Drake May train if long as he does his thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I got.
All right, let's just get MLB out of the way real quick. I'm just gonna quickly. We're gonna talk about. I just want to start off with the Yankees. They've been hit, they got a lot of injuries. I'll at least caveat it with that, but they are in last place in their division. Granted, every team in that division is above 500. It's just wild to me that they're doing as poorly as they are. You know, I don't know how long Judge is gonna be out. People are saying a few weeks. It could be months. Who knows?
I thought it was minor. I think they said he just has a minor.
That's what they say.
You know what I mean?
But
that's what they said. Minor hip, he just tightness.
But baseball's weird, man. Like these guys will have like a minor injury, and then it just nags and nags and nags, and it just keeps going on and on. So,
excuse my language, but I think baseball has a bunch of pussies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things that are, what is that? I got a strain, and they're out for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, bro.
It's true.
You know? It's a long season.
Oh, it is.
They're trying to get that bench time.
Do they still get their? Okay. Do they still?
We're only a sixth of the way in to the
season.
Do
they still get their money?
So it depends. If it's a long-term injury, a lot of times they'll have to go through like a settlement process,
like an IR type of thing.
Yeah, I mean they'll still end up getting most of it.
They're like 75% though. They don't get the full check. They get like that type. Yeah,
I think it varies. But yeah. Right now though, Tampa still scalding hot. They've only lost 6 games. Their run differential right now is plus 114 runs.
Different.
That is insane. They're not only are they beating everybody, they're crushing them.
How about from now on, we just bet them and see how long it lasts?
I know, but it's like it's at the point right now, Kenny, where they could go 500 the rest of the year.
I don't think so.
And still have a tremendous record.
Yeah, but I'm saying that 2 weeks ago we talked about them, or 3 weeks ago we talked about them. We was like, oh man, they're heating up, and we're like, oh yeah, and we're like, all right, thinking we could put them on our parlays, but like, I didn't do it. You know what I mean?
I've been hitting them a little bit here and there. I mean, but the juice on them is so high. It's usually like 250 or higher.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
You have to parlay them with someone in order to even get even money. Sorry. I do want to cover real quick. Sorry, I saw something. Baltimore.
Jesus Christ.
is in second place in that division. They've been playing really well, but I just want everybody to know that it's not going to last. They've had by far the easiest schedule of anybody in the major leagues. They've been playing teams like Oakland, Detroit, Kansas City. I mean, just the scrubs on the scrubs, man.
The scrubbiest of the scrubs.
Okay, so, I mean, good that they're doing what they're supposed to do and beating those teams, but when they have to start facing good teams, I think they're gonna come down to earth a little bit. So I'm fading the Orioles right now. As far as I'm keeping them out of my bets because it's not gonna last. They are 80 to 85 win team probably. And right now they're playing like a 95 to 100 win team. So it's gonna come down.
Ryan, I can't believe your team just did that bullshit.
What?
No, I'm talking to Ryan. I'm talking about the Giants. Sorry.
Oh.
I told you they were going to do it.
We'll get to that later, Kenny. All right. In the Central, the White Sox are god-awful. I don't know what happened to them. I thought their lineup was good. They've won 10 games. They are trash. They can't pitch. It looks like the Twins are going to probably run away with that division. In the West, Houston and Seattle are still disappointing. I thought that they would be the top 2 teams, but they're 3rd and 4th respectively. Texas is still doing their thing, winning games. So yeah, NL. I'm done with the Mets. I can't bet them anymore. Every time I bet them, they lose. Every time I don't bet them, they win. So I'm done betting them. I'm just done. Philly, I think is going to get healthy and turn it on at the end of the year. So stay tuned for that. They're 4th right now, but I can see them making a push later in the year. And then the big surprise is the Central. Pittsburgh is the number 1 team in the Central in the NL, and they lost their best player, O'Neal Cruz. So it's just crazy to me that they're still playing as well as they have been.
The only thing more boring than this segment is watching baseball.
Great.
Nah, man. You need to relax. Baseball's better this year. The runs are way up. Like, you need to give it a chance.
Totally.
It's better, but it's still boring.
Okay,
Yeah, call me in like 6 months when it's like towards the end of the season.
Playoff time. No,
when games matter. Like these teams lose, it's like, oh, okay, well, whatever. It's one of 100 million that we got to play this year. Like, I just want the games to matter in some capacity. It's like, oh no, we dropped one. Darn.
Like look how good the NBA is right now.
Yeah.
Because they matter. So people are like, okay, but you watch the NBA during the regular season, it's like, oh my gosh, no defense being played. People shooting up the ball from the parking lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, your stars are out half the time. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Yeah. Oh, real quick, Shohei Ohtani is the 2nd player of all time to have 500 strikeouts and 100 home runs as a player in his career. The other one being Babe Ruth. So, shout out to him for.
So he's the big Shortino.
What?
No, never mind. Because the big Bambino.
I want you to work on that, Kenny.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I tried. It didn't work. The big Shotino.
Yeah. Anyways.
Big Shotano.
Is there anything you wanted to hit besides trying to name Ohtani?
The big Otano.
Okay.
All right, cool. We just touched NBA. Sorry.
All right, NBA real quick. We'll start with the East. Knicks and Heat tied up 1-1.
No. You don't do that. Don't do that.
What?
You got it. People don't. We didn't
show him, Kenny. Take the mic.
We didn't talk about how the Bucks lost to the Heat. We didn't cover that last week.
Yeah, they did not.
We didn't.
No.
We didn't cover it last week. It happened.
Well,
because the last thing you said was, yeah, the Bucks are down right now. Giannis didn't play, but when Giannis come back, we know it's going to happen. But what happened, Brian?
What happened was Jimmy freaking Butler happened.
Jimmy Buckets.
Bro, that guy's stupid. On another level right now.
But he's hurt now. But
I don't care. Did you see him in the last game against the Knicks? They were down by like 5 at the end of the game, and he's just smiling, standing on the sidelines, just smiling. Because he knows that they're going to take 2 in Miami next, be up 3-1, and then they'll take care of the Knicks in either game 5 or 6.
I'm glad he didn't play. Because I thought that he was going to try to muscle. I'm like, bro, just give him rest. Like, you stole one. Let him go back home. Let him get some treatment. I think they should have just flew him back to New York. Like, of course, he wanted to be there for camaraderie, but he should have flew back to Miami and got straight to the treatment.
Yep.
Yep.
And speaking
Kenny, I also threw $10 on Giannis last week because you were like, he's getting 40. He got 38. Fuck you. It went to overtime. I was like, oh, this is a lot.
No, bro, but I for sure, I was like, I know he's going to do everything he can.
He did.
Right? He did.
He did.
2 points
just
less.
2 points short.
He had no help this year. I don't know what happened to Middleton. He's fading.
He's
and Drew is good at home, but that's about it.
They didn't have no supporting cast.
Yeah.
Lopez had one game. Middleton was no existent. Everybody else gone.
Lopez is only good when Giannis isn't playing.
Yeah, but I'm saying what happened to Bobby Portis? Like,
yeah.
So
McConaughey or whatever his name, McConaughey or not McConaughey. That's an actor.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Grayson Allen and Mick, whatever. Don't worry about it. He's irrelevant. He's at home. He's in Cancun. That's where he's at.
But anyways, so Miami resting Jimmy was the right thing, and I think
they still almost won.
And yeah, exactly. And I think in retrospect, going to the Boston Philly series, Philly should have rested Embiid in game 2. They should have. They stole game 1.
Yeah.
They should have been like, all right, we did what we had to do. it's very unlikely you're going to take 2 on the road
Yep.
against a good team like Boston.
Yep.
So why waste your bullets on that game? Just
Especially-
rest Embiid.
Especially when he was on minute restriction anyway.
Yeah. And
Didn't
he
even
didn't
make
look
any
it.
sense.
He doesn't look right. Like, he's okay. Like, he's still really good, but
He's not fluid at all.
no, he's not.
No.
I mean, he was out there falling down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't think he's ready. So,
Who?
Embiid.
They're your favorite player.
Yeah, man.
James Harden played out of
I
his
think
damn
it-
mind, though.
James Harden had a hell of a game.
Bro, he looked like he was back in Houston.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
He turned back the clock. I surprised everybody. All the broadcasters were like, "Who the hell is this? If this is who's going to be playing, oh my gosh, there's going to be problems."
Yeah,
But-
I'm not too worried about that, though, as a Boston fan. That is one game. Philly shot over 50% from 3. It was insane.
That's true.
And 2 of your best players on Boston had 10 of the 16 turnovers.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart play like
You just
that.
don't want the confidence to build up, though.
No, I know.
You know what I mean?
But I think Boston bounced back. They did what they had to do. So that's tied 1-1.
Yeah.
We won't spend too much time on that. The
He's gonna
West,
take the fat suit off. You guys are fucked.
Harden
Harden,
took
he's-
the fat suit off once he left Houston, bro.
Yeah, he looked way skinny.
Yeah,
When he
once
left
he showed
Houston.
up in Philly, all of a sudden, bam,
Like,
six
damn.
pack. Like he was trim again all of a sudden. But no, let's go to the West real quick. Denver's up 2-0. I don't think that's a big surprise. They play really well at home.
No.
What? I mean, Phoenix, I still have going finals. Relax, Kenny.
First of all,
I think Phoenix is going to build some momentum at home in the next 2 games. They're
no,
going to tie it up.
they are not.
And
They
they're
might
gonna
get
take over.
swept.
No.
Bro, the way that Denver is playing right now, Jamal Murray he looks like Bubble Murray. He looks like Murray in the bubble. Like, he is cooking. And Chris Paul's hurt. Stop it. He's cooking, bro. He is cooking. Like, he is matching what Devin Booker is doing.
Okay.
And then you got the Joker. The Joker the other night, he makes 30-20 look so easy.
Yeah.
Like, easy. You be like, damn, he got 30 points, 20 rebounds. How the hell? Like, he makes it look so easy. And the way that Michael Porter's playing, the way that Aaron Gordon is playing, like, those guys being a supporting cast and they actually putting buckets up, it's going to be hard because Durant, him and Booker are one and the same. The ISO ball is not going to work, though. You got to, like, somebody has to play off the ball. But right now, Durant is deferring to Booker, which looks crazy. Looks weird. I was like, why are you doing that? Right? Don't get me wrong. Booker's a hell of a player, but he's not better than Durant. But Durant is in a sense like he's acting like LeBron, old LeBron. Like, go ahead, you get it. I'll get mine later. Like, no, bro, you need to go cook now.
Yeah.
They might get swept, bro.
No, I don't think so.
Well,
You'll see. They're going to bounce back.
That's
This
what
will
we
be
thought.
Tied 2-2.
That's what we thought game 2.
No,
Did you think they were going to lose game 2?
Yes.
You thought they were going to lose game 2?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I did, Kenny.
Show us a bet.
I didn't even bet on the game, honestly. So
Exactly.
I guess
So you weren't that confident.
So exactly, you weren't that confident because you ain't bet on you. Because did you bet on the Warriors?
You bet on everything.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. You bet on the Warriors, but you wasn't confident to bet on that game. All right.
I got a nice little.
I had him in my
Warriors.
lineup and then I took him out.
I took him out. I felt differently at the end. Speaking of the Warriors,
Warriors and Lakers are playing, which is insane that they're the 2 teams that made it.
man, no. Give us our respect, bro. Give both teams a respect because I chose the Warriors to win the whole thing. Lakers is my team.
I know.
Please elaborate.
28-22 right now.
Please
Oh,
elaborate.
24.
Please elaborate on the last series with the Kings and the Warriors.
Man, so it got weird. So like
It got weird.
Well, no. So it was home team, right? Series tied 2-2. Everybody's like, all right, we're going back to Sacramento. It's gonna be the Kings. They're gonna take care of business. The Warriors win. Okay, fine. Game 6 rolls around. Everybody's like, Warriors they're gonna close this out. No, Kings dominate. So then everybody's back on the Kings again for Game 7. And it's just crazy.
It was not
flip-flopped.
it was not crazy. It was Curry. That was crazy. It was Curry. That's my. It's not crazy. It was Curry. The way Curry's playing right now, they put a. I want to get you guys' opinion on this. The best point guard ever of all time. Of course, of all time, Kenny. Best point guard of all time.
I mean, I would say one of the best guards. I'm not sure if I'd say point guard.
Bro, he's a point guard. That's what the position he plays. Okay, he's a point guard.
A facilitator.
He is a facilitator.
He bro, like 5 assists a game or something like that. Like,
I think he averaged like 6 point something.
I don't know about that. That seems a little high.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
it's one extra than what he's.
Yeah. Well, guess what, Brian? Your suggestion is irrelevant. Ryan, do you agree to that or not?
Point guard, I think of like Jason Kidd.
We didn't ask you what you think.
Like guys that facilitate Chris Ball.
Are you taking any of them over Steph Curry?
No, but all I'm saying is
that's what we're saying.
I would not put Steph Curry in the category of point guard.
Okay,
he's a shooting guard.
Either way, Steph Curry has.
Would you rather have him at your point guard and other players at your shooting guard if you were making an all-time team?
I mean, if I'm doing all-time team, Magic is my point guard.
Magic is better than Steph Curry.
So then that's your answer right there. He's saying he's not the greatest of all time.
I know.
He's saying Magic is.
Magic is the greatest point guard of all time.
In my opinion?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would put
You drunk. You drunk. There's no way. All day, Magic and Curry, if they playing each other, Curry is busting Magic's ass. Busting him. It's over.
In one-on-one, sure. But
in the game, if they played in a series, if the Lakers team played the Warriors, he's gonna give Magic 40. You crazy? Magic ain't cook like that. Not on defense.
Curry averages 6.5 a game for his career.
Hey, Ryan, what did I say? How many did I say?
6.5.
What did he average this year?
What does that matter? He averaged 6.5.
6.3.
Okay.
Look at you.
I mean, Magic averaged 7.5.
Oh man,
7.3.
7.3. But Curry gonna give you 20 more points. Get out of here. Anyway,
man, I can't believe we're disrespecting Magic like that.
We're not disrespecting Magic. We're just talking about the greatest shooter of all time at the point guard position, and you had the nerve to say Magic. Yeah, I would take him over Curry. What? You gonna be down? Why Magic's doing all this jumping in, jump pass and all that? Curry is shooting that bitch from the parking lot. Back team.
I mean, that's if Curry can shoot over Magic. You gotta remember Magic 6'8".
What? Do you not see what this man's doing? It don't matter who's guarding him. LeBron guarding him, I'm shooting it. Durant guarding, I'm shooting it. It don't matter who's guarding. You all are getting buckets.
I mean, LA did pretty good on doubling him all game. This last game. I mean,
how much he have?
Who, Curry?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like 20 something.
I thought he had 30.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, he was. The supporting cast was there. Either way, that's irrelevant.
But
that's irrelevant.
Stretch,
I was just lying. Magic had 11.5, 11.2 assists per game
for his career.
For his career, yeah. That 7.3 was 1 year.
Okay, I thought that was a little low. But...
I'm gonna say that's good. Yeah, boy.
You didn't feel confident enough to say nothing.
No, because he didn't know. He didn't know. He's bullshit.
No.
But he's only getting you 19.5 points per game.
You have to take that into context. He played on an all-star team.
Okay.
Like, calm down.
Either way, but
that he played with was a Hall of Famer.
So long story short, yes, Kenny, I don't think he's the greatest point guard. All right, cool. Lakers we bust Grizzlies ass. I told y'all it was gonna happen. Get out of here.
The Grizzlies fell apart internally. They imploded.
Then they blame Dylan Brooks. He was the problem. He poked LeBron. Cooked you. What happened to John Morant? How John Morant had 10 points, I think, in the final game?
He needs to check himself back into rehab, man.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm gone. I'm done talking. I'm done with him.
After that series, you better get back to the facility.
Oh, no, dog.
Take a month. Crazy. Take a month, not a day, a month.
This man's crazy. He said he need to go back to the facility, bro. Dylan Brooks had 10 points. John Moran had 10 points.
All right,
John Moran was
what are we at?
3 for 16. Sorry, that's it. I'm sorry.
We're hitting half hour already.
Sorry. We're talking. Go ahead. All right, we're done. Sorry, Brian.
All right.
Was that it for NBA?
Yeah, that was the last series. Was the Lakers and Warriors. I mean,
go ahead.
All right,
go ahead.
Lakers
boss.
gonna win this series.
Ooh.
No, we got NBA or NHL.
NHL.
We already
real
did.
quick. We'll just get this out of the way. Yeah, the Bruins.
We didn't do that.
Oh,
We didn't do that.
Sorry, my bad.
No, because we have to give Brian shit.
All right, come on.
The Bruins choked. I told y'all they would choke. I did not think they were going to choke in the first round. They choked. They deserved everything they got.
How you give up 3-1?
Yeah, exactly, Kenny. I know. How do you? Because they choke. Because they fucking choke in the playoffs year in and year out. And if you're a Bruins fan, you should know this. I said it earlier in the year. I said, I'm going to root for them. I hope that they're the best team in the league. But guess what? Not going to be surprised if they choke. And they did. They fucking choked. The only saving grace here, if you're a Bruins fan, is you are continuing to root for Florida to win the whole damn thing. So at least you feel a little
We lost
better.
to the Stanley Cup champions.
Exactly. That's all you get to hang on to. And by the way, Florida is hot right now.
Hot.
They beat Toronto in the first game. They are, last I checked, we're up 3-2.
Still.
They're still up. That must be coming down to the wire right now.
Yeah, I think last time I checked was like 6 minutes, something like that.
Final. It's over.
It's
over. Done.
Florida
3-2. Yeah.
They're up 2-0, and they get to go home now. They're probably going to sweep Toronto. I mean, granted, let me tell you, as much as I say Boston chokes in the playoffs, Toronto...
Fam was giving up.
That's even worse, okay? Toronto chokes all the time. They're worse as being chokers in the playoffs, historically. So, I'm not surprised Florida's going to make it to the next round. Yeah, man. So, Toronto making it was surprising. I thought Tampa was the better team, but Toronto handled their business, took care of Tampa in the first round. West.
Seattle beat the Avalanche, which is crazy.
Yes. So the three teams that I told you all I thought were the best teams.
How did they lose?
They're all bounced. The Bruins, the Rangers lost to the Devils,
and
the Avalanche lost to the
Kraken.
Or Kraken, yeah.
So don't listen to Brian, pretty much.
No, I don't know anything about
Wait, who are your picks this week, buddy?
I don't even want to say.
Yeah, don't jinx
right now,
Stop.
The way that I've been watching this, okay.
The Panthers.
The two teams that I like the most that are left is going to be the Stars and the Panthers.
Oh, as long as you didn't say the Knights.
Don't say Vegas.
I intentionally didn't say the Knights just for you, buddy.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah, I want you to have a chance.
Yeah. It's the only team I like. I've
But
got a shirt.
The Knights are at 1-0 on Edmonton. Let's see what else. Dallas lost the first game to
Kraken. Yep.
The Kraken. The thing with the Kraken and the Oilers, those teams can't play defense, so that's why I don't think that they'll continue to roll. But hey, they can score with anybody, so they have a chance. They have a shooter's chance. I just think that the defense is going to bite them in the ass in the end. So that's why I personally would like Dallas and Vegas over those two teams. And then I don't really have a dog in the fight as far as the Devils and Carolina. I think they're evenly matched. It's going to be a crazy series. If it doesn't go 7, I'll be surprised. And then, yeah, that's all that's left in hockey. So,
cool. Hey, so are we going to is NFL time?
Yep.
All right.
And you have the whole time because that's hot takes. All
right, I'm going to get this out of the way real quick, just to answer our question from earlier. Keyshawn Johnson, 1996, was the last first overall pick wide receiver by the Jets. And then for some reason, I don't know why this stuck out to me, but the Bengals in 1995, they selected Keyshawn Carter, running back, number 1 overall.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he had like 290 yards at receiving or rushing that year. And he was like garbage. He never had 1,000. Like, imagine spending a first overall pick on a running back and then just not doing anything.
At least it wasn't the early 2000s when they gave all the big time contracts. Sam Bradford,
Yeah. Yeah. Oof.
Jamarcus Russell.
Sam Bradford's the reason why they changed the rule, I think.
Exactly. All the damn knee injuries.
Yeah.
All right, and so we can cover the draft after. I'll get over the contracts that were signed. So the Giants, I'll let Kenny go ahead and get into this. They've agreed to terms on a 4-year, $90 million extension for Dexter Lawrence, their defensive tackle.
Good God.
You can get as mad as you want, but this allows them to get the cap hit down for this year to then create some cap space to maybe get Saquon. So I would be surprised if Saquon doesn't have a long-term deal within the next couple weeks.
You gave Dexter Lawrence $90 million. Did you guys not learn your lesson from Williams giving big time contracts?
He was good. He paid off.
Yeah.
Williams was good. The problem with Williams is that they kept pushing his money down the line, and we're having to eat it this year.
You're not good, bro.
Okay.
Leonard Williams has been one of the better defensive tackles in the league, dude.
He's decent, but he's not him.
I'm just saying, between Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence, I would say I'd put them up against any two tackles in the league right now. That's my opinion. I think they're both good. I would not have given him $90 million though. Dexter Lawrence, that's a lot of money. It's $20 million
on a 4-year deal at that.
Yeah. That's $22 million a year. That's
the
much.
going rate. What do you want? What do you want?
Is that the going rate?
What is it right now?
Everything's the going rate for
a D
for
tackle. I mean, I think it would cap out like 15.
Quarterback $40 million. It's the going rate.
What D tackles are getting paid that much? I mean,
Aaron
Donald. I'll read it to you right here.
Okay.
No, Aaron Donald is the anomaly because he's like 30 mil a year.
And he's
so let's see. Here, I got it for you right here. Jeffrey Simmons, the Titans defensive tackle, gets 23 mil. Deron Payne just signed a contract. He's getting 22.5 mil. Hargraves just signed this year, got 21 mil.
They are both better than Dexter Lawrence.
What? And then DeForest Buckner he's at 21 mil. Chris Jones is at 20 mil. Like all these defensive tackles make over 20 mil.
All those names you name it, all better than Dexter Lawrence.
How is Javon Hargraves better?
He is.
Well, how?
I don't have the statistics. You want me to throw some numbers out?
Well, I don't want you to. I'm just gonna repeat words back to you the same way you're repeating words to me. I don't think he's better. Just like I think that. Do you think this dude from the Titans is better?
Jeffrey Simmons is pretty damn good.
Yeah,
sure.
He's good.
Sure. Dexter Lawrence is pretty damn good.
All right. So, I just remember you said that.
So go fuck yourself.
I just don't understand how you're going to give him money before you give Saquon Barkley money. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, because Saquon has no leverage, zero leverage. The running backs that he wants to get contracts are getting the contracts he wants. They're getting cut.
So
Dalvin Cook is getting cut. Joe Mixon's probably going to get cut.
Wow, that's because of legal troubles.
One of the best running backs in the league this last year, Miles Sanders, took a deal for $6 million a year. Another high-paid running back, Aaron Jones, took a contract cut so that he can make less money so he could stay on the team. There's just no market for running backs right now, and it sucks for Saquon. He should have taken the $12 million deal a year that he was offered mid-season and just took it and ran. That would have been like stealing. But you know what? The Giants are probably nice enough that they'll probably still pay him like 12 to 13 mil a year.
It's too much.
Well, all right. Kenny's upset and he's not going to answer me anymore.
Yeah.
All right. The Ravens are signing Rock Ya-Sin for a 1-year deal. He was the cornerback that played for the Colts. He got injured. He passed the physical and he's healthy again. So he's going to play for them.
From Temple.
Did he play at Temple? Look at that. You're welcome, buddy.
He's at Preston. He only went to Temple for 1 year. He was not really Temple tough, but he went there.
Not Temple tough. All right. Who else did I have?
You gonna talk about Lamar?
I was supposed to say the big bag.
No, I'm gonna skip that one for now. Jordan Love signed a 1-year
Who
contract.
cares about Jordan
extension.
Love?
All right, Lamar gets the bag. Lamar gets the bag. I was gonna load that in with the draft talk because he signed right before the draft, like that day. So he gets 5 years, 260, but he 180 mil guaranteed.
185.
Okay, so he's still less than
Everything was
Kyler Murray.
Everything was $5 million more than Jalen Hurts. So I think Jalen Hurts got on the phone and said, "Hey, bro, wait, I got this deal for you." Boom, did it, and then the Ravens like, "Damn, well, Jalen Hurts got that much. We got to, do that." So
Yeah. Well,
Kyler
there
Murray
you
is
go.
stealing.
Kyler Murray is stealing.
He's stealing, bro.
He only has 230 mil, but his guarantees are like 80% of his contract. It's ridiculous.
And he only has what? It's only 4-year deal or is it a 5-year deal?
I think he's got a 5-year deal.
Oh, okay.
Kyler. I think it's 5 years, 230.
I'm curious to see what Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow is going to get.
Oh, the bag.
A dump
They're
truck.
they're gonna back up the Brinks truck.
They might have to bring in 2 trucks for them. It's crazy.
All right, so real quick, some overall key takeaways from the draft, which I want to notify before we go over the first round. But did you guys know that this year a record set for quarterbacks drafted? Now, do you think this is an effect of the Brock Purdy getting value out of a 7th-round quarterback, and then 14 quarterbacks were selected in this draft this year? So is it that, or are they trying to say, look, I can go grab a backup from the draft that can help me out, and it's a less contract than what I got to pay these backups nowadays?
It's just the draft was just loaded with quality quarterbacks. They're not top tier talent, but have good college careers. Yeah. And I think a lot of the backups right now, all of them are old. A lot of the backups are all 40, 42 years old. They're still in the league, just stealing, right? So like now it's like, all right, cool. Instead of giving these backup quarterbacks $4 to $6 million a year, I can go get like you said, a rookie quarterback that's going to play very similar, not have the experience, but very similar, and still have a chance for a high upside.
But also, a lot of teams are stashing quarterbacks on their practice squad too. So
yeah,
or they'll carry a 3rd quarterback.
Yeah, but that's a lot of quarterbacks in my opinion. So that's pretty cool to see. The other thing that I noticed was there was a record broken for the amount of trades that were done this year. I think in total it was 43. They had 40 by the 6th round, and that was breaking the record. So there was 40 trades this year.
The first round was crazy. I was like, it sounded like every trade was like, a trade is being put in. We like, dang, everybody's getting traded.
Yep. And then the other thing is the myth about running backs being devalued. 2 were drafted in the first round this year. That's pretty damn good.
And they went higher than they were expected.
Yeah, they went. There were 2 in the top 15. So
they messed up our whole draft board.
Yeah, they did jack things up. All right, so let's go through. We'll go. The first pick, Carolina did the chalk play, and they took Bryce Young. It was kind of Vegas was telling you, everyone was telling you. We all knew it was going to happen.
Will Levis.
What happened to Will Levis?
Yeah. Will Levis. He tried he made a Reddit account, tried to freaking put his own news out there. He was trying to get his money.
Didn't I tell y'all he was going to drop?
Well, he dropped for sure. He dropped out the first round.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert.
I didn't think he was going to drop that, but that was disrespectful.
Yeah. I was surprised when he dropped past the Packers, man. That was just crazy to me. I mean...
All right, and then the old Ookie-Doo by the Houston Texans, they decided to tell everyone they were never going to draft C.J. Stroud, and boom, C.J. Stroud drafted real quick. So...
But they turned around and got Will Anderson after that. So
they were not playing.
Then they traded up, and they were like, we got to get Will Anderson as well. You know what I think part of it might have been? I think that they were putting this stuff out there about Stroud, hoping that it would sway people to not draft him because they were probably hoping like, all right, well, we don't know how far we're going to be able to trade back in. Are we going to be able to get the number 3 pick to go back in with the Cardinals? So maybe we have to take Will Anderson here and then try and get back in to get CJ Stroud and try and make his draft stock because they knew they weren't going to get Will Anderson's draft stock to go down. So CJ Stroud was the best candidate for that. And it came down to probably they probably knew that like either Indianapolis or someone was going to trade up with the Cardinals to try and get Stroud if they took Will Anderson first.
100%.
So they went, boom, we'll take our guy now. We'll take Stroud and then Will Anderson right after. Go ahead.
No, I said, that all these, like, I think the draft proved that I didn't think it was like really scripted, but it looked like it was scripted, right? Because for them to take Stroud there, they must have already had something in plan for that trade to go through, right? For them, like, all right, we're going to be good. We're going to go to back-to-back.
Or they weren't comfortable taking a quarterback at 12.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that.
Look at Will Levis.
For them to gamble like that. Oh, okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
What I'm saying is it's more important to grab your quarterback than it is your pass rusher. That's all.
Yeah.
If you think CJ Stroud is the guy, you get
him over Will. Yeah, I got you.
Yes.
Yep.
But because in their minds they went all in because they gave up a first rounder. They gave up they have 2 first rounders next year, which is good. But they gave up one of them to basically get back in. I think a second and a first. What it ultimately ends up being, and then some chump change draft picks as well. Either way, to them, they view that as like some people are like, oh, you're trading a first round pick for a defensive end. It's like, well, no, why? I'm actually doing it for CJ Stroud, my quarterback. And a lot of people argue that it's like, well, why would you trade up 2 first round picks when you could just take those 2 first round picks and go get Lamar Jackson? And I think that the problem with that, where a lot of people were having issues with, is if Lamar accepted a contract from another team, the Ravens were just going to be like, thanks for negotiating with him. We'll just take that deal and then sign him to that because he'd be forced to sign with the Ravens at that point. So that's why I think no teams were really reaching out and talking to Lamar because they didn't want to do basically the Ravens like dirty work of contract negotiations. Anyways, let me get off my soapbox. Huh?
I said, and Lamar didn't want to leave anyway, so.
He didn't, even though he deleted all his shit from social media as a tactic. Hey, the Colts, they went with your boy Anthony Richardson. So they went, which makes sense schematically because the offensive coordinator for the Eagles last year is their new head coach, and he's trying to implement that big physical quarterback. So, like, I mean, Anthony Richardson like lines up to that. Is as close to Jalen Hurts as you can get, except more athletic.
Only thing I will say that I'm happy for him. Gainesville kid. I know everybody in the city was happy for him. Good thing for him to get drafted. I'm just worried that they're not going to have the patience with him.
He's probably going to play right away.
Yeah, he has 13 career starts.
Yeah.
That's a season, right? Like a season in a bowl game. And that's going to be kind of hard, right, when you get to the NFL. I hope he hits the ground running and everything gets fluid, but I think it's going to be a little tough. I just hope they have patience for him.
Yeah. I hope so too. Hey, another thing, because we're not going to hit on every round. The Houston Texans, when CJ Stroud got drafted, the first thing he did was call, and he asked them to pick up Tank Dell, the wide receiver from Houston, right?
He nasty too.
They were like, go get him. So that's just a sleeper pick for you guys out there for fantasy football. Like when a quarterback is asking for a player to play with, that's a pretty good sign because they'll force him the ball. And I think Houston could be real good. Like Michi's coming back eventually. He's coming back this year.
Yeah.
Well, you don't think that they could be good? I mean, look at
you said real good, like they're going to challenge the Jaguars and the Titans.
They'd be relevant. I think they could challenge the Titans.
I think they would be better than the Colts for sure. But I don't.
That division's soft.
Yeah, I
think that's what I'm talking about. Is like real. Yeah. Like they could. The Jags could take 2 steps back this year. Who knows?
No. That's not.
I mean, I don't think so either. But
No,
still,
that's
just
not.
saying, they look better on paper right now.
Doug Peterson got it rolling right now.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, and then Seattle went with and so everyone thought this is where Jalen Carter was going to go right here to Seattle, but they go with a cornerback, Devin Witherspoon. They liked him. Arizona came up on the clock. This was the they ended up trading back up, didn't they? Because they traded back and then traded back up. So they traded back up for this pick. And they took Paris Johnson Jr., the offensive tackle from Ohio State, which Brian will give kudos to him because he talked about him being the better of the offensive tackles because he had him higher than, what's his name? Skoronski. And a lot of the things I was reading about Skoronski is that he's probably better at the guard position. But, I mean, if he has to play offensive tackle, he'll be good there.
Isaiah Wynn.
Okay.
That's
all about that.
Yeah. He's an undersized tackle.
Yeah.
Probably should play guard.
Vegas takes the second edge rusher off the board. Tyree Wilson, who I told Kenny people liked him.
I don't know why.
He will be the bust of the first round.
Yeah, he's going to lead the league in
besides
sacks
Green Bay
for rookies.
Man, McDaniels is trying to get out of Oakland real quick, or maybe Vegas.
Quick as hell.
His positioning right now is that going to that team is perfect with Chandler Jones to be and Max Crosby to like basically mentor you for a guy that's like a raw talent guy. Like boom.
Yeah, if it pans out, it looks good.
Oh, it's gonna pan out. This guy's gonna be the best edge rusher in this draft.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Kenny, I don't give a fuck what you say. That's
He said, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear your damn mouth.
All right, next we had the Falcons. I told you, Bijan Robinson right here. That was I thought it was a chalk play. They were like obsessed with him in the pre-draft stuff. So sorry. You got nothing to say about that. Offensive line in Atlanta, it was like their strongest. Like they probably have like the top 5 offensive line in Atlanta. So they're gonna run the ball a ton.
Yeah, I'll pick him for fantasy because he's probably gonna get 300 carries.
Oh, easy. Hey, so he'll have like 2.5 years where he'd be good, and then he's gone.
He got high mileage too.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's we'll talk about that one day when we do a fantasy football primer. And then the Eagles, the trade of the century. Everyone loves this team. The
100%.
Eagles trade up one spot from 10 to 9 to get Jalen Carter, who is the best player in this draft. A consensus best player. I could say that with confidence. Like
100%.
He was literally ranked as like the best player in this draft.
100%.
So the rich get richer. Huh.
They basically said, by Hargraves, we'll just replace you with this Georgia defensive tackle because we have like 8 of these guys on defense right now.
The whole team.
So,
and don't forget, they still have Jordan Davis from last year.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 defensive tackles that are all good because Brian Cox is still around. So
yep.
Fletcher,
the rich
Cox,
get richer. Yeah. Yep. No, they're going to be good. The Eagles this is what happens with them. They have no holes on their team, so they have the luxury to do this. Like they brought back most of their guys, and they were in the Super Bowl last year, and they had 2 first-round picks this year. Just nowhere to go but down though. So I like that. Howie. I like that. Yeah, he's good. All right, and then the Chicago Bears take the offensive tackle Darnell Wright, which is another tackle that goes ahead of Skoronski. And then Skoronski goes at 11 to the Titans. And then another shocker pick here was Detroit from trading back. They took Jahmyr Gibbs, running back. Everyone's like, oh, my God, what are they going to do?
3 running backs.
They got Jahmyr Gibbs. They got they just signed David Montgomery, and then now they have DeAndre Swift and Jahmyr Gibbs. What are they going to do? Oh, they'll just trade it, I don't know, to the Eagles. So because they just looked at his college history. They're like, oh, Swift played for Georgia. Call Howie up, see if he wants to go there. Mm-hmm. Boom. So and
he's from Philadelphia. That's even better.
Yep. Yeah. So DeAndre Swift's playing for the freaking Eagles now. So that'll be fun for the Giants to play against next year. The rich get richer.
Loaded,
Fuck them. I hate that team. Anyways, Jameer Gibbs is already talking about this. I love this player, and I love the team he went to, just because they've already come out and said they're gonna use him like in the slot position a lot as well. So there'll be a lot of times where they'll have 2 running backs on the field. He'll just be lined up in the slot. You've literally got Alvin Kamara, like
bro. He's that, but he's
faster. He might not be as slippery as Alvin.
Yeah, he's not as elusive, I don't think.
Yeah.
Right? He's more one cut type of guy, but he's definitely faster. He's more McCaffrey-like. Yeah. A faster McCaffrey.
And then right here, we'll give a shout out to Simon Janacek, who said Lucas Van Ness going to the Packers, and that's exactly who they drafted.
Worst pick of the draft.
Did you see his?
God, I saw that pick and I said, "What the hell?"
know. Like Will Levis was sitting there. Like, why didn't they take him? Oh.
Did you see Van Ness though? They had him. It was all over social media. He was like surrounded by like these like 3 beautiful girls on the couch, and like 2 of them are his sisters, but like everyone's like, oh, he's got 3 girlfriends. I love it. I love Twitter, man. This is the best. And then Broderick Jones goes next to the Steelers. You thought I was gonna say Eagles because he played.
Let's just remember they traded up. Go ahead.
We have to go identify this because I'll let you say it, Brian. Go ahead.
Oh, it's just Belichick screwing over the Jets because they had the next pick and he knew they wanted to tackle. So he's like,
this is pathetic.
I'll trade back with the Steelers because I know they want to tackle. And
this is why the Jets, even with Rodgers, are probably going to suck because this organization for some I know, Kenny. I want them to be good. I would love to see the Jets be good, but they find a way to just suck. And this is like why everyone and their mother knew that they liked not just an offensive tackle. They liked Broderick Jones. Like they knew this was the guy that they were going to draft. Like everyone and their mother knew. And Belichick knew, and he's like, oh, cool. Who wants this guy? He probably just called every 30 other teams, and was like, listen, who's drafting Broderick Jones here? And what did he give up for it? I think he gave him he only got like a 4th.
He got a 4th round pick to move back 3 spots.
He moved back 3 spots, got a 4th round pick. The market was already set. Moving from 10 to 9, the Eagles gave up a 4th round pick. The market was set. He should have got more than a 4th round pick for moving back 3 spots. But he said, fuck you, Jets. God, that's some good shit. Sorry.
He hates the Jets.
God. He wrote it on a napkin and sent it to the Jets and said, fuck you.
Basically.
They're still going to bust his ass, though.
Maybe.
Bust his ass, bro.
Anyway, so the Jets draft Will McDonald the 4th. Is that what Ivy is?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So that's who comes off the board. Edge rusher for the Jets. The Commanders come up and get Emmanuel Forbes, the Mississippi State kid, the cornerback. I was
confused by that pick.
No, he's a good corner, bro.
Yeah, I think sometimes corners to me are very schematic like picks.
No, he can go either way, zone or man. He's different, and he got a long body. Pause.
Okay.
Nice. Well, the Patriots were gonna probably draft Christian Gonzalez with the 14th pick, but decided to move back 3 spots and still get their guy. So they got Christian Gonzalez from Oregon, the cornerback who's touted as like top 2-3 cornerbacks in this draft. It all depends on the scheme you're running, and it doesn't matter what Belichick. With Belichick, he's gonna make this guy the best. So
he was a top 10 talent, but he dropped in the draft because a lot of teams had they didn't think that he has a dog in him, that he doesn't have that fight. That like
he's soft
corner. Yeah. So
yeah, nice.
We'll see how it pans out. He might be a bust if he doesn't have that. That edge. You gotta have an edge when you're a corner.
This was another shocker to me. The Detroit Lions picked Jack Campbell, linebacker. I mean, I know they lost Okereke to the Giants. Oh no, that's the Colts. That's the Colts. Yeah, it would. I mean, who knows? I mean, I don't. They probably know more than we do. But I mean, Kenny, what are your thoughts on that linebacker?
I have no
from
comment.
Iowa. Exactly.
Any player from Iowa, I just don't like them.
Yeah,
I hate Iowa players. Sorry.
Why?
they're just not good. If you're not an O lineman for the most part, it's not really good. Like they just don't pan out. Like O lineman, yes. D lineman, tight ends, a little bit. Everybody else, trash.
All right.
Hawkinson's pretty good.
Yeah, he's had tight ends.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Aaron Donald clone went to Tampa Bay Buccaneers with the 19th overall pick. Kalijah Cansey. He'll probably be good there. And then we're at pick 20, and I'm starting to sweat. Giants pick at 25. Jackson Smith and Jigba still on the board. I'm like, oh, we can get the wide receiver I want. Nope, he goes to Seattle. So they got Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. And then in the second round, they went and pulled off another running back, which everyone is finding pretty shocking. They took the consensus like third running back that people were saying for the board, the big board, which was Charbonnet from UCLA. So they like their running backs, and to Kenny's point, they don't want to run Kenneth Walker to the ground. So they want to get a guy that's going to come in there and spell him.
Yeah, they want a 1-2 punch.
Homer and what's his name is not even.
They're not it.
Dallas,
Yeah.
come on, cut it out.
And then props to Kenny here. We were all pretty accurate with our selections for the teams that we like, except for maybe Brian. I think he didn't get what the Patriots were going to do right.
No, I said I thought they were going to get offensive lineman, but I wouldn't be surprised if they get a top corner if one fell.
Yeah, he definitely said corner too. Yeah.
All right, fine. But we were spot on with player,
the name,
team, name, everything. All right, so the Chargers go with Quentin Johnson. Johnston.
Yep.
Johnston from TCU. So they got that freak athlete. Yeah, I mean, if Herbert's throwing you the ball, he's going to be good. Good shit. The Ravens, this is the run on quarterback. So JSN goes to Seattle. Quentin Johnson goes to the Chargers. And then Baltimore Ravens pick Zay Flowers.
Great pick.
Yeah, so that adds some extra speed to that team.
Wait, hold on. Why is that
definitely
a great pick,
needed.
Kenny? I thought you didn't like him very much last week. What happened?
I didn't like him to go high. Y'all was saying he was going to go high. Towards the end,
I was telling you he was going to the Giants. We wanted him to go to the Giants.
I swear, last week y'all said, "Oh, he's a top receiver." Or something. I'm like, no, he's not.
Well, he is in that group of top receivers.
Third.
Okay, I'm showing him love. Okay, I heard his story. I thought it was a great story. He had all these different.
Okay.
His mother passed away. Like he showed resiliency, and I like people that got resiliency and they got a story and they just keep pushing. Right, he's pushing. I think he got like 14 or 15 siblings. Like, it's crazy. Like, I like this story. So I'm like, I want to see him succeed.
Yeah.
And he's going to be great in the slot.
Yes, he's going to be excellent as long as Lamar is accurate enough to
Lamar's
throw his tiny ass the ball.
Lamar's going to have a field day.
Well, he doesn't have the catch radius that like Mark Andrews does. Okay, so
you don't. Okay, continue.
With your permission, Jordan Addison from USC goes to the Vikings.
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir. I keep going.
All right, Jordan Addison. So that makes 4 wide receivers in a row right before the Giants. Just a big fuck you to everything that they were trying to do. But I'm not mad about it. So Jordan Addison goes, and then the guy I had going to the Giants, who I picked in our mock draft, was Deonte Banks. And the reason I picked him is because he fits schematically. He's a man-to-man press corner with crazy ass speed. That's what they want to be able to press man-to-man on the edge and then blitz so that Wink Martindale can blitz his defense. So overall, I'm satisfied with it. We'll see what happens.
And then they good. I like him.
I hope so.
He plays tough.
He got some dog in him for sure.
Right. He's got the dog in him.
He's from Baltimore.
Baltimore. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'll just go. The Giants pick up Deonte Banks, and then the second round they grab one of the top rated centers because they don't have a center.
We don't care.
And then they get Jalen Hyatt in the third round.
That was
I like that. He fell to the third round, and then he's already got hate for the Cowboys because I think it was like one of the Cowboys receiver coaches was at his pro day and was like telling him that like he can't run routes basically.
Yeah, he said, you know what you got. You know what you are. He said, what do I want, coach? You know
Yeah, I love that shit.
He said, I can run routes too. He said, we gonna see. He said, yeah, you gonna see. I'm like, bro really can run routes though. I don't know why they like disrespecting him like that.
Yeah. So, anyways, I had to talk about the Giants a little bit. Buffalo trades up to the 25th pick, and they snag Dalton Kincaid, who is a pretty good tight end. So it sounds like they're going to have a lot of 2 tight end sets up there. So either they're going to be trying to run the ball a lot, or that's just their new offense.
Yeah.
So.
I just want to point out that while we're watching the draft, I told Ryan, I said, yeah, I had a tight end going in the top 24. Yeah, I put a little bet on it. He goes 25.
And I said it to Brian. I was like, here he goes right here.
Yeah. I'm like, wow. Anyways, sorry.
Dallas takes a defensive tackle from Michigan, Maisie Smith.
Freak athlete.
Yeah. Anton Harrison the offensive tackle goes to Jacksonville to go protect Trevor Lawrence. Miles Murphy, the edge rusher from Clemson, goes to Cincinnati Bengals. Brian Breesy, the defensive tackle from Clemson. So that's 2 Clemson players back to back. He goes to the Saints. And then Kenny's favorite player, Nolan Smith, edge rusher from Georgia, goes to the Eagles to sit on the bench for a little while. And then I'm just playing. And then Kansas City takes a hometown kid from Kansas State, Felix, blah, 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 blah. I can't say his fucking last name. I'm not even going to try and butcher it. And Anudike, Uzama.
Who?
Crushing it. Exactly. They took an edge rusher. Yeah. That's it. Were there any surprises you guys had overall? Whose draft did you like the most? Kenny, we know you like the Eagles.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyone else?
No, that's it.
I like the Texans draft because they went and they took who they wanted and they got their cornerstone on both offense and defense for their team going forward. So
yeah,
I appreciate that they targeted who they wanted and they went and got them.
Yeah, I mean, you knew this was going to happen. Like anyone that comes in the draft, like I know they give out grades, which is like the stupidest thing in the world. Every team got better after the draft. There were players that weren't on their team that are now on their team. So I don't care if they suck or if they suck in 5 years. Right now, your team got better.
I feel like I was looking at like the first round grades, and I forget who it was. It was either ESPN or NFL or somebody put out the grades, and it was like 30 of the 32 teams got at least an A for a grade. I was like, what's the point of this analysis?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Like,
yeah. Well, even in the reverse, when you're giving a team a C, like it's like, why? Like you don't know what they need.
I know, that's
like
the thing.
you don't know
anything about this.
Yeah. So it's just in one out here. It's the same thing with like scouting, like whatever. My favorite pre-draft meeting story is Bill Belichick talking about Gronk, or where he meets with Gronk. They do a team meeting with Gronk. They go downstairs. They come back upstairs. He's sleeping in the office, and they still draft him.
Of course.
He's like, I just want to catch footballs. All right, that's it. Anyway. Kenny, take us home.
Yeah, man, that's all I got, man. I think is the Lakers up right now?
No, they're down 11 at half.
Yeah, we're down 11 and a half. That's to be expected.
But they're a second half team, right?
We're second half team. We'll pull it. Yeah, we'll pull it back. Yeah. We'll make it close. We'll cover. So that'll be good. I don't think we got anything else going on. I know UFC has a match going on with Sterling. I think Sterling and Sujuda. I forgot how to say his last name. He's making a comeback. Anyway, doesn't matter. Henry, he's coming back. It should be a good fight. And that's pretty much it, man. As always, we appreciate you guys tapping in. We'll catch you guys next week. Peace. Go Lakers.
Peace.
Let's go Bruins.
Go Bruins.